I'm in Bolivia, and this is where trains come to die. I've entered the famous train graveyard on the edge of Bolivia's Uni salt flats. Silver and salt were heavily mined in Bolivia, and these trains were the backbone of that economy. The industry collapsed in the 1940s, and all these once mighty trains were abandoned. And due to the high levels of salt in the atmosphere, these trains are now rusting completely away. Looks beautiful though, right? I've started my journey here in the salt flats because it's like nowhere else on Earth. But it's not where I'm gonna find the animal that I've come all this way to Bolivia to see. Check this out. This is the Andean spectacled bear. Called the spectacled bear because they have little white rings around their eyes that make them look like they're wearing glasses. And they're the only bear found in South America. Sharp teeth, sharp claws, and the strength of 10 men. Not a creature to mess with. They tend to shun human contact, quite a shy animal. They're so rare and secretive, scientists don't even know how many are left in the wild. But one thing is certain. You won't find them here at the salt flats. They live in the cloud forests of Bolivia and can be found as high as 14,000 feet above sea level. The fog and rugged terrain of the cloud forest will make this difficult mission almost impossible. Better get moving. Let's get on track, Frank. The first part of my trip is a 500-mile drive north to Bolivia's capital, the highest capital city on Earth, La Paz. From there, we go up and over the Andes, and then down into the cloud forests. Until then, it's just me, Frank, and the open road. Wide open. Though it may look like I'm on an alien planet right now, these are actually the Uni salt flats of Bolivia. Over 4,500 square miles of salt. That's about twice the size of Prince Edward Island. Salt flats are one of the flattest extended places on Earth that NASA use it to correlate with their satellites when the skies are blue. But spectacular. And it just goes on forever. 360 degrees of salt right now. And that gives me a great idea. Well, let's jump out. This is too weird an opportunity to miss. The endless horizon completely throws off your perspective, Frank. So let's have some fun. Nice. As soon as I get a signal, I'll post those online. Heading out across these barren flats, it's hard to imagine all this was once a lush, prehistoric lake. That changed about 40,000 years ago. When the heat of the sun eventually dried that lake up, this was all that remained. Over 10 billion tons of salt, and in some places, the salt is 30 feet deep. And because all that salt is just lying on the surface, people have been harvesting it for generations. It's quite a booming industry. In fact, you can see these little salt hills here. They've been farmed by the people that work here. There's a truck over here that's actually doing it right now, so maybe I'll go over and have a look. The whole salt mining operation is run by a single co-op, where all workers are part owners. These guys here will stack up the salt into these little salt mountains, and then when it's high enough and ready and dry enough, trucks will come, pick it up, and then they'll bag it and sell it as table salt here in Bolivia and also around the world. But one of the ironies about the Bolivian people is they don't tend to like the salt that they make here in this country. They prefer the taste of the sea salt. Let's try a little bit of this. I do like salt, but that might have been a little bit too much. Got any chips, Frank? Oh, I need a drink now, Frank. I'm parched. Right, come on, let's go. Gracias, amigos. While the salt flats are beautiful, all this salt is toxic to most creatures. But even in this barren landscape, where there's water, there's life. In such a desolate area as this, there isn't that much water to be found. But at the base of this mountain right here is a little isolated patch. And that is where all of the animals around here are going to flock to. And that's where I'm headed right now. Small salty lakes like this are located throughout the Bolivian Andes, and they're home to some of the most resilient birds on the planet. This, for my money, is the most beautiful flamingo on the planet. This is James's flamingo. There are 6 different types of flamingo in the world. At certain times of the year, flamingos congregate in flocks by the thousands. They graze plankton and algae that thrive in the salty water. Once the algae is gobbled up, they move on to another lake. But lucky for me, there are a few flamingos left on this one. As you can see, it's defined by these very, very gorgeous colors. Pink hues and yellow bills or beaks. And their fantastic color is proof that you are what you eat. You can see the bed of this lake is completely covered in algae, and that algae has a very high concentration of beta-carotene, and that's what gives these flamingos that pinkish hue. The more a flamingo eats, the brighter pink it turns. But it's their miraculous beak that allows them to eat from this salty lake. For someone like us, swallowing down all this salt would eventually kill us. But when flamingos suck up the lake water, the salt gets filtered out through glands in their nostrils, while the algae sticks to their teeth. Here's my favorite fact about flamingos. There are more plastic flamingos on this planet than there are real flamingos. It's a shame, isn't it? You got one of those in your garden, Frank?
No.
Okay, good. You've got class. I've got 3. An elegant and rare creature, the gorgeous James's flamingo. Come on, Frank. Let's get the flock out of here. Crossing the Uni takes me well into the night. The next morning, I'm still 300 miles south of La Paz. Now driving on the Altiplano, or the High Plains Road. Quite beautiful. Well, it's like being on Mars or something like that. Oh, look, llamas. Just on the right, Frank. Now let's pull over. See how close we can get to some wild llamas. They're heading this way, so let's kind of go on a little diagonal path. See if we can get a little closer to them. Watch out, it's a bit steep here, Frank. Woohoo! Llamas live throughout most of the Andes. They're in the camelid family, so distant cousins of camels. You can see these ones here, they're on guard. Llamas live in packs. And like most pack animals, 1 or 2 of them will take the responsibility to play lookout. These guys look very cute and cuddly. This is an animal that is known to spit and also kick. Great hearing on these creatures, as you can see, massive ears, good eyesight, and a great turn of pace when they need it. They'll eat any type of grass or plant matter that's edible, and because they're quite a large animal, they need to spend a lot of their day eating. Llama crossing. You can see just up here, this lady, I'm guessing is probably the owner of this pack of llamas. They're kept for their wool, which, as you can see from all these different llamas here, comes in a variety of different colors. Whites, blacks, browns, and everything in between. The coats of these llamas make them a very valuable creature. At some point when their coats get long, they'll probably shear them, wash them, and then sell them to a market. Should probably leave this lady to go about her business. Pretty cool, right? Heard of llamas? Of course I've heard of llamas. After hours of staring at the same shrubby altiplano grassland, I need a change of scenery. Not on the road anymore. I think that's pretty self-evident. And these sand dunes might hide the odd animal, if I'm lucky. So I'm just gonna park up here. A little bumpy, Frank. Sorry about that. Right. Let's jump out, see what we can see. Well, I'll take out my snake stick, because with me being now in a sandy, duney type area, there's a chance that I might see the odd reptile. You can see just how beautiful it is over here. Those mountains are absolutely gorgeous. It's okay, so it's not going anywhere. Just be a little careful. Look, just over that dune there. See it? Look at this little guy. Let me see if I can grab it. Hey, buddy. All right, I'll put you back in that little hole in a second. Let's go this way a little bit. Let's go this way. This is a little hairy armadillo out looking for some early morning breakfast, no doubt. Very cute. He might just start digging if I just leave him to it. You're okay, buddy. The hairy armadillo is defined by being covered by these hairs all over its body. And as you can see, if I just turn him over, he's covered in that hair. It probably keeps him a little warm at night. Armadillo means little armored one in Spanish, and they're all defined by being covered in this armor-plated skin. And any animal that were to try and bite on top of this guy would just get a mouthful of very tough, slightly stinky armor plating, because they tend to keep it a nice pungent smell as a way of, again, stopping any undue attention. They use their hyperactive noses to sniff out danger, as well as foods like tubers, ants, and termites. Then they'll dig down using these oversized claws. And their front and back legs work in unison with each other to kick off as much sand as possible. Look how deep he's going now, Frank. Might be onto something. It looks like he's making his way to France or Spain or somewhere, so I'm just gonna leave him to it. See you later, buddy. A hairy armadillo. Oh. From here, I'm driving to Bolivia's capital city, La Paz. Tomorrow, I'll enter the cloud forest to start searching for the rare and secretive spectacled bears. It's been an epic 2-day drive, and I can't wait to check out the city. La Paz is surrounded by mountain peaks and is the world's highest capital city. The air is so thin here, planes need a longer runway for takeoffs and landings. Its nickname is Cloud City, and it literally takes your breath away. With that in mind, let's go check it out, Frank. The mix of European, Spanish, and indigenous cultures makes the city an exciting, creative, and vibrant place. La Paz is a city that's very hilly indeed. Added to the hills is the fact that we're 12,000 feet up, so every so often you need to just stop and catch your breath. I thought I was fit before I came to La Paz. Good workout, though. But to get away from the tourist hotspots, I'm meeting a local guide, and there's only one way to reach her: straight up. The narrow hillside roads in La Paz mean traffic is slow going. This one's us. Come on, Frank. Plus, subways and trams can't be built up or through the mountains. No seatbelts. So the cable cars cut through or over that problem. They proved so popular that 8 more lines are planned. And that will make La Paz the city with the most amount of cable cars in the entire world. Impressive and a little scary. Right, this is where I get off. I'm in El Alto, the highest neighborhood in La Paz. Look at that. An eye-popping 2,000 feet above the city center. It's way up here that I'm meeting my guide, Courtney.
Hey,
Dominic. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
Beautiful view from up here.
That's why I wanted to meet you here.
Courtney's promised to take me way off the tourist trail.
Cool, I'll follow you.
Go, come.
And our first stop is definitely that. When we walk through the door, I don't know what to expect.
These are our fighting cholitas.
My God. What's the name of this?
Las cholitas luchadoras.
Cholitas. Fighting Cholitas are an all-female wrestling group that attracts huge crowds in Bolivia. This is just a practice session.
This is only a practice session.
Not a real fight.
They fight every Sunday.
My guide Courtney tells me the word cholita was once a sexist term for the indigenous Cholo women of Bolivia. But these women shatter stereotypes and even take on their male counterparts, the luchadors.
They wanted to show that they're equal to men.
And they do that on their own terms. What are the rules?
Well, actually, there are no rules.
Oh, that wasn't good. Pylon, did that at school.
That's not fair.
3 against 1, that. You have, like, local champions who fight other people.
Yeah, of course. We've got one of her champions right here. She's
really?
Juanita la Cariñosa.
Oh, yeah?
She's very rough. She's very famous.
Sounds like my kind of woman.
You should go in there.
Yeah.
Juanita!
I'll fight him.
Juanita! Juanita! Get him! Agárralo! Oh.
Wait.
Yeah. You have to hurry. She's angry.
Jesus Christ. Get your phone number. Maybe have a drink or something. Oh, God. That's like yoga. So where do you live? Let's go for a pizza. I say kick him in the balls. No. Oh, Juanita. You remind me of my first girlfriend, actually. I just don't think your friends should be ganging up on me. Oh, my God. I didn't do anything. See, I give up. Yes. Submit. Oh, not for the first time. Thanks, Juanita. My back's been out for a couple of days, actually. It feels quite good now. I've known some rough women in my life, but that one takes the biscuit. Nice to meet you. I'm hoping Courtney's next stop doesn't land me in hospital.
Right here, we're at what we call in Spanish, La Calle de las Brujas. In English, the Street of the Witches.
Witches Street.
Witches Street.
She tells me Witches Street is the place to come in La Paz to make offerings or pray to Pachamama or Mother Earth. The women of Witches Street are more like fortune tellers who facilitate those blessings, and Courtney set up a reading to bless my upcoming search for the spectacled bear.
Tell her, Courtney, if she wants to ask me any questions, I'm an open book.
Dice
25,
Dice que si quiere.
single,
Aquí es la mesa
preguntarle algo.
preparada
rich.
para el viaje.
The blessings work by piling a tray with candies that represents facets of life, such as love, work, money, health.
How many times have you done this, Courtney?
Well, I do it every February. It's a very important time of the year because Carnival starts in La Challa, where we bless our houses and we bless our studies.
After the tray of goodies is blessed, it gets set on fire. Once the affectations burn and the smoke rises to the sky, your prayers have been received.
Every culture has their own way of wishing people luck or giving them blessings, and Bolivia's no different. Fire's a very cleansing element. It starts out as something, becomes something new at the end of it. It's nice, right? I mean, it's all positive. It smells good.
With good vibes on my side, we move on from La Paz. And just 30 minutes outside of the city is one of Bolivia's most astounding locations. So before I go to the cloud forest, I'm going to stop for a quick look around.
Beautiful.
This is the Valley of Souls.
It was believed by some Bolivian people that the petrified souls of loved ones end up in these quite dramatic peaks. It's the dry season right now. In the wet season, you can see how much higher the water table is, and this whole place becomes a kind of raging rapid. It's almost like Bolivia's version of the Grand Canyon in the United States. I'm gonna jump off here and go and have a look around.
Because of the sheer rock faces, animals that come here looking for a drink will get trapped. That goes for creatures great and small.
Whoa, this is cool. Hang on, he's going under. Nice. Wow. Great burrowing ability on this little guy. And if this isn't one of the more bizarre creatures I've had the chance to see while I'm in Bolivia, I don't know what is. You would probably think that this is a worm, right? It's actually a very small snake.
It's called a blind snake, and they're among the smallest snakes in the world.
I've never seen one of these snakes before.
It's small, but mighty, able to burrow quickly into rocks and hard earth at a moment's notice, despite its seeming disability.
Those eyes that they have are not working anymore. Since it spends most of its time in between rocks, those eyes are not needed.
Down in the dark, they see with their tongue.
Its preferred diet, because it has such a tiny little mouth, are things like ants and termites, and maybe the odd occasional grub or larva of an insect. And what a fast-moving little snake for its size. I'm a huge fan of animals, but I have to admit to the fact that the animals that really excite me, it's the animal that most people go, ugh, or the animal that people go, oh, no way, no way. I like to go towards those animals and maybe break a few of those myths. This little guy is absolutely adorable. The very swift and ultimately fascinating blind snake. Put this guy back.
All that hiking and no breakfast has my stomach grumbling, Frank. But this looks interesting.
Look out. Well, something smells good. Hola. ¿Qué es?
Tawa tawa.
Tawa tawa. Just told me to take a seat. All right, let's go, Gracias.
Tawa tawas are a classic Bolivian treat, sort of like a deep-fried cookie or donut, enjoyed with sprinkled sugar, honey, or my favorite, treacle.
Just a little bit more treacle. You can find tawa tawa stands all over Bolivia. Very easy to make. Cheap and yummy food. Also something that you can eat on the go quite quickly. So with all this driving that I'm doing, kind of cool. Jump out, grab a snack, keep on moving. Yummy, yummy. Tawa tawa. Muchas gracias. Muy sabroso. Adios.
That hit the spot, and time to hit the road. I have a hell of a drive ahead of me. I'm now finally headed to the cloud forest, where I'm meeting a biologist who should help me find the spectacled bear. But to reach him, I have to climb 15,000 feet up the Andes, then wind my way down into the cloud forest.
This is getting really quite spooky now. Look at these clouds rolling in.
At the top of the mountain is a large statue of Christ, which marks the beginning of the North Yungas Road, more famously known as Death Road.
Wow.
It earned its name because at one time, 300 people a year died trying to drive it. It's 40 miles of sheer terror, and drops 12,000 feet in altitude, making it one of the world's longest continuous downhill roads.
Some of the drops. That's no joke.
Rock slides above and below can make already slim stretches even thinner.
Beautiful and scary. That is about the width of my car. And I wouldn't even like to estimate how big that drop is, but it's certainly hundreds, if not thousands of feet. And any part of that road comes away, you're going to be a statistic on death road.
But through clenched teeth, I inch my way down the mountain.
Dotted up and down death road are little monuments where people have unfortunately died here.
After 3 hours of hair-raising twists and turns, it's safe to say I never want to do that again.
So it looks like we're coming to the end of death road. I can wipe this sweat off my brow now because we've survived.
And arrived. These are the cloud forests of the Bolivian Yungas valleys. These subtropical rainforests run all along the lower eastern Andes. And if I'm going to find a spectacled bear, the Yungas are my best bet.
We're supposed to be meeting up with a guy called Enzo.
Enzo Aliaga Rossell is a biologist who studies the spectacled bears and has actually seen one in the wild.
Oh, it's gotta be him. He looks friendly.
If anyone can lead me to a bear, it should be him.
All right.
You made it.
Yeah, I survived death road.
Welcome. You're a survivor.
Yeah.
This is my first proper chance to find a bear, so we need to get going.
Try not to fall.
This protected area is the Cotapaxi National Park, which covers 230 square miles.
Whoa. It's a spider monkey. One of the most dexterous monkeys on the planet.
And they're among the largest monkeys in South America. They spend their lives in the high canopies, foraging in groups for fruits, berries, nuts, even insects and eggs.
They have an incredibly strong prehensile tail, which it's using right now to wrap around the branch.
It's almost like a fifth hand. When hanging by their tail, they look like a spider hanging by a silk thread.
Spider monkeys are known for adopting these very archetypal kind of monkey poses with the arms above their head, flailing around. Very, very long hands and feet. And the palms and the soles of its feet are hairless, but gives it this fantastic grip. Look at the size of its hands and feet in relation to its body. Great. Spider monkey. All right. Let's keep moving.
Enzo and I split up to boost our chances of finding traces of the bear. He heads into the forest, and I continue along this riverbed.
Snake, look. Across the room. Hey, snake. Just checking to see what this snake's temperament's like. Just try and bring this guy down. This is the time when you're gonna get bit. Woo. You're okay, big snake, you're okay. You're okay. Hi. Hi. You're good. Back up a little bit, Frank, back up. All right, I'm gonna put this guy down. Woo! Look at the size of this snake. What a specimen. Absolutely gorgeous coloration on these guys. There's sometimes, hi. Oh, he's just coming to say hello. There's sometimes, this is the time when you're gonna get bit. They're sometimes called the red-tailed boa. If I let this guy move around, you can see how its skin scales start to become a little redder at the base of its tail there. Right here, right now, it's almost glowing. It's like glitter, the skin, in a way.
Any snake this shiny and shimmery has likely just shed its skin, something all snakes do as they continue to grow throughout their life.
You see how chilled out the skin can be? Always keep an eye on the head of a snake when you're working with it. You don't want to give it the opportunity to strike back at you.
Obviously, boa constrictors like this are fantastic hunters and squeeze their prey to death before eating it. But did you know?
At some point in snakes' evolutionary journey, they were legged creatures. And there's a remnant of a pelvis and also back legs right here on this snake. They look like little spurs.
Pretty crazy, right?
And they use them in the mating process to grab hold of the female. But if you were to take an X-ray of this particular part of this snake's body, you'd see what was at one point a pair of legs, which are now internal and rudimentary. I'm gonna put this guy back on the other side of the river where I found him. Come on, Frank. Absolutely beautiful red-tailed boa constrictor. See you later, dude.
After searching the riverbeds for the spectacled bear's trail, I rejoin Enzo empty-handed, and he's had no better luck. Time is running out.
Let's see, we're starting to lose some light now.
Time to turn in. Hopefully tomorrow's a better day. My last day in Bolivia is my last chance at finding a spectacled bear. It's ominously gloomy, but there's a glimmer of hope beside the spot where I'm meeting Enzo.
Looks like a little bear sign. All that is probably the most positive sign I've seen so far. Cool.
Don't you have a jacket?
This is all I have, so...
Tough guy.
No, not tough guy, stupid guy.
This grassy part of the cloud forests is called the Paramo.
I like these signs, though.
All sorts of creatures hike through the grasslands, snacking on berries and vegetation abundant here. And that includes spectacled bears.
All these rocks are kind of dark, and also the vegetation gonna help us a good camouflage for the bear.
After a mile or so, we find clear evidence that we are in bear country.
Look at the bromeliad over there.
Okay, so this is their favorite food. Let's have a look.
Bromeliads are a spiky, flowering plant with a sweet, juicy core, irresistible to spectacled bears.
You can see the center, the core was removed. It seems that the bear was chewing it.
So the center is the juicy part. That's the best bit.
Yeah, that's what they are looking for. This is a good sign, I guess.
Cool.
It's such a good sign, I don't even mind the pouring rain. Well, not much.
Oh, here's a fun little fact for you. I'm the only member of my crew that isn't wearing waterproofs today. It's good, isn't it? Don't laugh at me, Frank.
Told you so.
You didn't tell me anything.
Soon we meet Enzo's colleague, Fernando, who's worked ahead to find another hint of the bear.
Oh, muy bien. Okay, so you might think at home that this is a little gross, but this is bear poop.
It's great news. This poop is fresh, maybe only 2 hours old.
They tend to mark some territory with the poop.
Well, this is the best sign up to now that not only are there bears here, but there is a specific bear here.
Okay.
We're getting so close, with the bear potentially just around the bend. And a few hundred feet down the path, Fernando finds another important clue.
Wow, Enzo! Look.
What? Oh, it's fur. Can I see? Can I see? See?
Bear hair.
Look at that. Look, Frank. That's definitely fur of a large animal, and in this part of the world, it can only be the spectacled bear. The only large creature that would have that much fur. So they come over and mark themselves on the tree.
Yeah, they found these trees and started like...
Enzo and Fernando decide the best thing to do now is wait for the bear to come to us.
I think we can stay here.
So we find a hidden spot overlooking the entire valley and this watering hole. And if we're as close to the bear as we hope, it's only a matter of time before he comes here for a drink.
Any bear in this little valley here should be getting seen by the three of us. We just have to wait now.
So we wait. And wait. And wait.
We've been here pretty much all day, and there's been no sign of the bear.
But the longer we wait, the lower my odds of seeing a bear.
And as you can see, this weather front is coming in thick and fast.
The fog is an unstoppable force.
Right now, this is terrible conditions to spot an animal.
I agree.
If a spectacled bear doesn't appear soon, my entire mission to spot one in the wild will be a total failure.
If we get caught in this fog, we might get lost, and it is bitterly cold.
We cannot see the valley anymore.
Yeah, I mean, even if there was a bear here right now, we couldn't see it.
Yeah.
I have to concede that we're done. I'm not seeing a bear in the wild.
What do you think, Enzo? You think we should go?
Yeah, I think so.
Disappointing, but it proves just how difficult it is to see these mysterious creatures on their turf. But Enzo has an exciting idea. His friend Vicky runs an animal refuge in a neighboring valley. She's rescued 2 spectacled bears from poachers. They could be my best opportunity to get up close and personal with these rare creatures.
Are you Vicky?
Yes.
Hey, Vicky.
Welcome to La Senda Verde.
Vicky Ocio has saved more than 500 animals from the illegal pet trade, poaching, or deforestation since 2003.
We're now on our way to the Andian Bear enclosure.
This 10,000 square foot enclosure is built into the landscape and allows the male bear inside, named Aruma, to live a semi-wild life.
Vamos, Aruma, vamos.
Vicky, who's developed a strong relationship with him over 8 years, calls him down.
Aruma. Aruma. Aruma.
And I finally get my first look at the creature who evaded me in the wild.
That is a handsome animal. Wow. Whew. That is an extremely impressive creature.
Right away, the size and power of this 300-pound beast hits home.
First thing that you noticed, the first thing that I noticed was the size of those claws. Bears are known for having massive paws. Look at that. Like little miniature daggers.
Vicky rescued this bear from a local market when he was just a cub. If she hadn't, he would have been sold as an exotic pet to the highest bidder. And today, he's being introduced to the sanctuary's 5-year-old female as a prospective mate. It's like a first date.
It's like, exactly. We don't know what is going to happen.
Well, you never know what's going to happen on a first date.
Aruma, vamos, papa.
Vicky has spent 3 years planning this introduction, but there's one major concern. Male bears, including this one, are twice the female's size. He could kill her if he wanted.
What they're hoping to do is just open up one of these little side doors here and give this male bear the freedom to walk through and say hello to the female. There's some helpers up here and some vets. If a nightmare scenario were to occur, we're having a fight, big male might get darted and then brought back into its own enclosure. The last thing they want is obviously one of the bears to get injured, so it's a little nervous, but exciting at the same time.
With tranquilizers in place, the gate opens.
Ven, Aruma. Wait, espera. Ahora sí.
The female, who until now has stayed hidden, comes down to investigate all the commotion. After years in solitude, the male quickly picks up the female's scent. first encounter doesn't bode well.
If this male continues to be aggressive, that's not a good start to their relationship. This male bear needs to meet the female halfway.
Hardly spin.
But as the minutes tick by, the male starts to settle.
See, this is a great moment. The female is now approaching the male. That hadn't happened initially. It was the male with a kind of bolshy curiosity that would eventually scare her off. Looks like we've averted from the nightmare scenario, which would have been the male comes in, female gets scared, and the male chases her around and they're not going to get on.
It's early days, but it looks like they're forming the beginnings of a healthy relationship.
We were very nervous, tense moments, but now the game is still going on. She following him, and then getting a bit scared, and then come back. You know, it's very nice.
What an amazing moment.
Thanks for sharing this with us.
What a fantastic way to end my day. To have that male and female meet for the first time, and hopefully it will end up bringing a new little baby bear into existence. A spectacular, spectacled bear. So that was Bolivia, a country of baffling experiences and one of the most challenging expeditions yet. I came here to see an extremely rare animal, and in the process saw some of the most amazing and epic landscapes. Though I didn't get to see a spectacled bear in the wild, I may have witnessed something just as exciting. The chance of a new generation of bears born in a sanctuary that will always keep it safe. And for me, that's made this entire trip worthwhile. Bolivia, beautiful.
This is most people's idea of paradise. More than 200 palm-fringed islands, miles of white sandy beach, and warm turquoise seas teeming with spectacular wildlife. I'm in Peloo, island nation of Micronesia, and known internationally by divers as one of the 7 natural underwater wonders of the world. But I haven't come here to explore Peloo's reef. I've come here to find the undisputed king of land crabs. His Latin name is Burgess latro, more commonly known as the coconut crab. Check this out. The coconut crab is the largest land crab on Earth. It can reach lengths of 3 feet and can weigh 9 pounds. Some reach the size of rubbish bins. Their major food are coconuts, which they have the ability to rip open with their incredibly strong pincers. Those powerful pincers can rip open animal carcasses and kill small prey like other crabs. It's also been known to take the occasional kitten. And with strength like that, it could probably nab off my thumb. You're gonna have to be pretty careful when tackling this particular creature, Frank. Let's get moving. Situated in the South Pacific, just east of the Philippines, Peloo is one of the most remote places on Earth. And the most beautiful. Uplifted coral reefs have created a labyrinth of limestone islands surrounded by turquoise lagoons. Since coconut crabs are hunted for their meat, they're very hard to find. Plus, they sleep in their burrows during the day. We might have better luck after dark when the crabs come out to feed, but there's a chance we might spot one in these rock crevices. See, just on the shore here near these gaps is actually a pretty good location for the coconut crab. They do like little nooks and crannies, places where they can hide. If we actually got through to the other side of that... Snake! Snake! Check it out. This is a beautiful black and white banded sea crate, a highly venomous snake. Wow, incredible animal. They have an extremely potent venom. It's a very fast-acting neurotoxin, between 12 and 15 times more powerful than the majority of rattlesnakes out there. Their venom needs to be extremely potent because their prey, fish and eels, are very fast-moving. That venom has to work very, very quickly so that the animal doesn't get the opportunity to get away. That said, sea crates can move with deadly speed when they need to. If you look at the end of this snake's tail, it's like a rudder, a flattened rudder that allows this snake to move with a lot of speed. You see here, the way it moves in that serpentine way through the water, it also has a much larger lung than most snakes that live on the land. This animal can hold its breath for probably about half an hour under the water. Pretty incredible. This is an extremely venomous snake, potentially very dangerous, but as you can see, all she's trying to do is swim away from me. In fact, I'm just gonna point this beautiful snake in this direction and go for a swim with her. A black and white banded sea crate. Beautiful, right? After a quick swim, it's time to head to the next spot, Koror, Palau's main island. Palau has a population of just 21,000 people, and most of them live here.
I'm now heading to Koror City, the largest city in all of Palau. It's got about 17,000 people there.
Palau was originally settled by migrants from nearby South Pacific islands around 3,000 years ago. Today, the best place to catch a glimpse of traditional Micronesian life is in their art. Ling Inabo carves traditional Palauan storyboards. With no written language, they were used to preserve family history or local legends.
Wow, these are beautiful, Ling. There's a lot of ladies in this one.
Yeah.
And then you've got like dugong here and shark and turtle.
Today, storyboards come as simple plaques and even intricate 3D carvings. They can also be made to order.
They can do a combination of modern-day things that the customer's into, like, for me, animals and surfing and football, and a brilliant way to capture a moment in time in your life and turn it into a piece of art.
So I've asked Ling to create a storyboard for me, starting with the coconut crab.
They are really tasty crab. Ooh.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, delicious. Yeah, they're kind of really strong, so be careful. Doesn't bite you. Never comes off.
Yeah.
Can't wait to start carving this.
I can't wait to see it.
Okay.
Thanks for your
See you
help.
in a couple more days.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
After a little snoozy-do, I head out early to one of Palau's strange rock islands. They were formed when sea levels dropped millions of years ago. Many of these islands contain rare marine lakes. Palau's rock islands have over 50 marine lakes, more than anywhere else in the world, and the one that I'm going to visit right now has an extra special animal ingredient. This particular marine lake is called Ongai Mel Katau. It's home to one of the strangest and most beautiful animal migrations on the planet. Just after sunrise, every single morning, this tiny lake is transformed by millions of hungry jellyfish.
It feels a little bit like I'm on a different planet at the moment. This entire lake just filled with majestically pulsating jellyfish.
There are an estimated 13 million jellyfish just in this small lake alone. These are golden jellies. Jellyfish aren't fish, but more closely related to corals and sea anemones. 95% of their bodies are made of water, and they lack a brain, blood, or even a heart. Isolated in this marine lake for 12,000 years, golden jellies have evolved differently from their relatives in the open ocean.
We tend to think of jellyfish
as creatures with quite painful, stinging tentacles, some of which can obviously kill us. But not these guys. The rule of thumb with jellyfish is the longer the tentacles, the more painful the sting. But golden jellies have very small tentacles. They do still have stings, but they're very, very benign. They've also evolved an ingenious way of eating. Each jellyfish has microscopic algae that lives inside its cells. This algae produces the sugars that the jellyfish eat. The jellyfish will come up from the deeps when the sun comes out at the start of the day, invert themselves, kind of turn upside down to the sun so that that algae can bloom. The jellyfish rotate anti-clockwise as they swim near the surface to provide even exposure to the sun as it moves across the sky. Whew. Well, I tell you what, as a lover of animals, especially bizarre animals, this has been one of the things I've always wanted to do. Millions of jellyfish in Jellyfish Lake. My next stop is as haunting as this, but for a different reason. I'm heading to one of Palau's larger islands, Peloo. In 1944, the island was the site of fierce fighting between Japanese and American forces. This is Peloo. From here, it looks absolutely stunning. In 1944, it would have told a different story. American Marines stormed the beaches here in Peloo to take a Japanese airbase. They estimated it would take 3 days to push the Japanese out. But the battle raged for 3 months, making Peloo one of the bloodiest battles of World War II. But even today, remnants of the war make this entire island an eerie time capsule. Few people moved back here when the war ended, so Peloo could be the perfect place to find coconut crabs. Oh, that's a good sign. This is actually a coconut crab trap. So what someone will do is take a coconut and then attach it with a wire to this little part of the forest floor here. Coconut crab will come over, start eating, but then it won't be able to take it anywhere. And a day or so later, a guy will come over, pick up coconut crab, free meal. But that means in this area there are coconut crabs, so it's a good sign. A little further on, we find a different sign. This one, a stark reminder that this idyllic island isn't exactly what it seems. Oof. This looks to be the remains of a Japanese plane. Not sure the pilot made it out of there. And the statistics tell us that 12,000 official dead Japanese soldiers, 2,000 unaccounted for, and 2,000 dead American soldiers as well. As the Americans swept through Peloo, the Japanese retreated into a series of underground tunnels. This one is called Thousand Man Cave. Let's get a little deeper in, see if anything still lives in here. This cave system runs under the entire length of the island, and it could be home to all sorts of creatures that never see the light of day. Most humans get the heebie-jeebies in caves. It's a place that we're not naturally comfortable in. Not only that, but cave-dwelling creatures tend to give people a little bit of a fright as well. Nice. Look, check this out, Frank. Above my head here. See all those? A pretty big cluster of cave crickets. Cave crickets prefer to live in large numbers so they can alert each other of danger. In the pitch black, their extremely long antennae are an effective early warning system. They basically reach out into the darkness and feel around in their world with this antenna to understand what's going on, whether there's an animal coming along to threaten them or if there's some food nearby. Jumped on our director and he almost started crying. These cave crickets have very, very muscular back legs, and it's the back legs of a cricket that they use to jump around in space. If anything were to come along and threaten these guys, they have a great ability to clear large distances. So if I kind of like disturb these guys' antenna with my finger, at some point, one of them is gonna jump. A great defensive tactic. Cave cricket. Bit creepy, right? Cave crickets aren't the only creature in here that can make you jump. Oh, wow, look at the size of this whip scorpion. They're not a scorpion at all. It's a member of the arachnid family. And I guess they were called scorpions initially because people didn't know exactly what they were. They're very, very skittish little creatures. Yes, see how fast they move. Hang on, Frank. You're okay, dude, you're okay. This is a harmless creature, even though it looks like something that might be part of people's nightmares. They don't have venomous fangs, but instead rely on stealth and lightning speed to capture prey. You can see those quite formidable-looking, spiky legs. When something comes over, it's gonna fire those things out, impale that creature on those spikes, and then bring it towards its mouth parts. You can see how these creatures can be described as nervous. You can see right now he's just feeling me out with those adapted, elongated front legs that he's got. All right, let's put this guy back on the cave wall where he belongs. The tailless whip scorpion. Very cool. One thing's for sure, it's survival of the fittest down here. And as we venture deeper into the cave, evidence of another epic fight for survival really hits home. Bits of metal, bullets, even Japanese sake bottles. Wow, they're everywhere. The Japanese survived in these caves for months, hoping to avoid capture. You can imagine that life for the Japanese military in these caves was probably pretty hard going. That's one of the reasons why you're seeing quite a bit of evidence of alcohol bottles strewn around. These caves lead to exits all over the island, so some Japanese soldiers were able to hold out even after the Americans took the island. Bit spooky. Oh, wow. So this building in front of us was actually the communication hub for the Japanese military. And as is the case with any human settlement that gets abandoned, nature takes over. All of these plants and trees are going to ultimately turn over all this concrete and just turn it into a bunch of rubble. Watch your step here, Frank. A little bit of a drop-off. Look, snake right here. See that snake? Hang on, let me see what this is. Nice camouflage on that snake. Oh, okay, cool. I was going to pull out my snake stick, but I don't need it. There you go. Nice. All right, let's maybe get off this little platform. Watch your step, Frank. This, if you can believe it, is actually a boa. Fully grown boa. It's called the bevel-nosed boa. You can see that very distinctive angle of the front of its face, where its nose is, almost like an overhanging cliff. Not only that, but it's got some very pronounced scales just above its eyes, which actually makes it look like it's a little surprised all the time. A little bit of an intelligent-looking snake. Does that make me look intelligent, Frank?
Incredibly.
Thanks, Frank. Great tree-climbing snakes, and it has a very, very good grip. A fantastic prehensile tail. And this guy is so strong, it's actually able to hold on to me with just the tiniest amount of its tail. Look at that. It uses that strong grip to constrict its prey. Now, you would think with a boa that they're usually quite a large snake, and that is true. But on the Palawan Islands, there's not that many big animals, so it doesn't need to grow that big. It can only eat animals as big as the size of the largest part of its body. With this guy being fully grown, it's probably eating medium-sized lizards, things like that.
You can see the size of the animal that you'd be able to get hold of with a mouth that big. Oh, you're being all cute, huh? Right, let's go put this guy back, Frank. The beautiful bevel-nosed boa. Very cool. I didn't know what to expect when I got here, but Peloo has been full of surprises. Because of the size of the battle, lots of vehicles, like boats, tanks, and planes, were left here, which, interestingly enough, is a fantastic place to find animals. You can see the remains of all these drums here. Oh, look, oh, there's a crab right here, look. Is it a coconut crab? Big pincers on this dude. But it turns out this isn't the crab I'm looking for. You're okay, little crab. Hi. Woo! Tell you what, he almost had my finger. This is a land crab, and a very, very squirrely, strong little creature. For its size, it's extremely strong, and as you can see, pretty formidable pincers. Some crabs can exert a force of about 14,000 pounds per square inch with their claws. That's nearly 35 times the strength of a wolf's jaw, and 100 times stronger than a person's bite. As you can see, the right-hand side is much bigger than the left-hand side, so this is a right-pincered, right-handed crab. They can use their pincers to communicate by drumming or waving them at other crabs. So you could say crabs talk with their hands, and it's telling me something right now. This interaction that I've had here with this land crab might prove to be a pretty good rehearsal if I'm ever to find the coconut crab. Even though this does look like a pretty big crab, they're only about 1/10 the size of the coconut crab. So you think about a crab that's got pincers 10 times as big as that. I'm gonna have to be very careful that I don't lose my thumb. I'm gonna put this guy back where I found him. Cute, but rather alien land crab. See you, dude. Before we head back to the main island of Koror for the night, I have to make one stop. Palau is an important stop for over 1,000 migrating sea turtles, and I'm meeting a sea turtle expert at a nearby lagoon. That might be him. Nice. Yeah, they're waving back. Could be pirates. Definitely not pirates. Hi.
Hey.
Yelp.
Hey, yes.
Oh, cool. Yelp, Key Yelp, heads the Palau Conservation Society's Sea Turtle Squad. And today, I'm his right-hand man.
We appreciate volunteers, so if we can jump in this boat, and
Sweet.
then we'll go find some turtles.
Okay, sounds good. As part of a population study, Yallop is searching this bay for endangered green sea turtles. If we find one, we'll capture it, measure it, and tag the turtle. The idea is to try and take the flippers out of the water because it's a very strong swimmer.
Yes, yes.
Okay, and it doesn't hurt the turtle.
No, it doesn't hurt the turtle.
After about half an hour of searching and a few false starts,
What's that? There.
Yeah,
our most promising sighting yet.
yeah, look. Right, yes. Come on, hurry up.
Man, she's strong.
You're okay.
Here you go, Yelp.
Wow, that was fun. Oh, you're okay, sweetheart. So what do we have here? Green turtle, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
So this is a female. It's a shorter tail.
Okay.
So if you can see the tail right in between the two legs,
Yeah.
it's shorter.
Yeah.
So now we have this little lady. It's time to get down to business.
So how does the tagging work? Where do we put it?
Goes to the third
Third scale then.
scale. Yes.
This one here.
Yes.
It's a little bit like getting her ear pierced or something like that. Maybe a little bit of a shock and then she's
Yeah.
okay. So this turtle will now be known
by these identification numbers on both of these front flippers. And if she shows up anywhere in a fisherman's net or on a boat, it will get logged into a database. It allows Yelp to just understand a little bit more about the life cycle of this turtle. Green sea turtles spend most of their lives in the open ocean dining on seagrass. They can dive for about 4 to 5 minutes, making up to 144 dives every 12 hours. They have these very, very powerful front flippers that they use to propel themselves in the water, which allow them to swim incredible distances.
We have received tags from Peloo in the Philippines and Indonesia.
Some Pacific green sea turtles have migration routes as long as 2,400 miles. That's the same distance between New York and Los Angeles. Cool. Are we done?
Yes.
So, can I take her to be released? Is
Time
that cool?
to release.
This is the best part of it, all right? Cool. Let's get going. Uh-huh. Ready. Wow, that's a fast animal. You can see just how strong they are. Let it go. In a second and a half, it's gone. Sweet. Day 3 in Palau, and I've got a busy one ahead. Tonight, I'm gonna go searching for the coconut crab, but since Palau is such an incredible place to look for things under the water, I'm gonna take my last chance here to do that. I'm meeting a vessel that's gonna take me on a once-in-a-lifetime dive. Looks a bit small from this distance, Frank. And I won't even need to get wet. Wow, that thing looks crazy.
Nemo, I think you found it.
Nice, I found Nemo. Nice one, Frank. Thomas Brennig operates this very nifty-looking 3-man submersible. Permission to come aboard.
Come on board.
The waters surrounding Palau conceal dozens of Japanese ships sunk during the Second World War. Okay. Ready? Yep. Like the battlefield in Peloo, the shipwrecks have become home to all sorts of creatures. And we'll have a front row seat to everything. Well, now we're moving. This is gonna be good, Frank. Hold on. I've never been in a submarine before. And the view is amazing. Coral reef, schools of colorful fish, all from the comfort of this little plastic bubble. We're on our way to the wreck of a Japanese ship called the Iru Maru. But as we settle in for the ride... Hi, Frank. You're right. You want to hold my hand? The view and my mood rapidly change. It's a little bit unnerving. The first thing that you notice is how small it is, obviously. Cramped. If you have any sense of claustrophobia, you're in some real trouble in a submarine. And as the submersible drops down even further, you really start to feel the distance to the surface. A little spooky under the water here. And if anything were to go wrong with this craft, you'd be in some serious trouble. It's a long way up to the top. I feel a little bit like James Cameron going down and exploring the wreck of the Titanic. While the Iru Maru isn't the Titanic... There it is on your right, Frank. Our first glimpse is pretty impressive. This ship was used to supply oil to the Japanese Navy. It was torpedoed by an American submarine and sank off the coast of Palau. Today, its rusting remains are a spectacular but eerie reminder of the power of nature. You would assume that a wreck is kind of an eyesore. It's actually quite a beautiful, dramatic sight down here and a fantastic place for aquatic animals to live. You can see this angelfish here, one of the few animals that live here. There's also a whole variety of different coral polyps These tiny creatures created this entire reef community.
Oh, look, a cuttlefish.
Cuttlefish are closely related to squid and octopus, and they have one very extraordinary ability. Cuttlefish have special cells that allow them to control the color and pattern of their skin, allowing them to hide in plain sight. Nature's own cloaking device. Crazy. Look at him go.
At first, it's obviously a tragic story for a wreck to go down. But later on, it becomes something positive for the marine life here.
It's been an incredible ride, but now I'm itching to get up close and personal with some of the creatures down here. So for my next dive, I'm trading the submarine for something a little more my style.
Could you zip me up, Maya?
Sure.
Not try to hit on you. Thanks.
Maya Santangelo is a marine biologist working here in Palau. She's agreed to give me a guided tour of one of the best dive sites.
So the plan is we're going to dive at Ulan Channel. We'll jump in along the reef wall. We'll keep the wall on our left-hand side.
Wow. Absolutely beautiful down here.
There's never a dull moment here. It's amazing. Gentlemen, can you look over here? That's the leaf scorpion fish. He looks just like a leaf.
Wow, brilliant camouflage. It almost looks like a leaf just blowing in the water. It's called the scorpion fish because it has some poisonous barbs that run all the way down the center of its backbone. And for us, if we were to accidentally step on it or put our hand on it, you get a pretty nasty sting. A great ambush predator. And what it's doing right here is being as camouflaged as possible, as still as possible, allowing itself to blow kind of gently with the tidal movements so that some of these little fish come close enough to it and then it will grab a free meal. Beautiful though, fascinating little animal. Cool.
The waters of Palau have been described as the seventh wonder of the underwater world. One of the reasons for that is 3 ocean currents converge here. They churn up nutrient-rich water from deep in the ocean, and that attracts smaller creatures, which in turn attract bigger creatures.
Hold up, shark! Oh, there's 2 of them! Wow, they're everywhere. Look, it's starting to get braver and braver. This shark's gonna go up and down, and every so often when it sees an opportunity to grab something, it's gonna dart out and get an easy meal.
And we have a front row seat.
Wow. You can see with this very dramatic drop-off, this is a perfect place for sharks to go hunting. Well, there's another one.
My guide Maya tells me they're grey reef sharks.
We most commonly see them hanging in the mouth of the channel patrolling along the reefs.
Oh, there's another one. Woo-hoo-hoo. Love sharks.
Grey reef sharks sometimes hunt in packs. They prefer hunting small bony fish, crustaceans, and octopus, and aren't interested in dining on humans.
They tend to be quite social. They'll hang out in groups of 5 to 20 individuals during the day while they'll swim around and patrol the reefs. And then at night, they'll split up and hunt individually.
Obviously acutely aware of us, keeping us at a nice distance. If we were to go over a little bit, it would dart out into the deep and disappear.
Maya and I head back after an incredible dive. But before we reach the boat, what is this thing?
Wow! Check it out. This is the chambered nautilus. There's only around about 5 or 6 species of nautilus, and this is the largest. They've been around unchanged on planet Earth for around about 400 million years.
That's 170 million years before the dinosaurs. Nautilus locate their prey, fish and crabs, by smelling the ocean current with their tentacles.
Chambered Nautilus has around about 90 tentacles.
Then they reach out and pull prey into their beak-like mouth with those tentacles. Their spectacular shell can grow to as many as 30 separate chambers. Those chambers are filled with gas, allowing the shell to act as a float.
They can swim down to depths of around about 2,500 feet.
Any deeper than that, and their bodies will implode from the sea pressure.
And they move by squirting water out of this little opening here. These guys really like a little bit of open, deep water, so I'm going to take it back to this drop-off here and just let it go.
It's been an incredible day of surprises diving in Peloo. And after dropping Maya off in Koror, one more surprise.
Oh, hey, Lee.
Hey, Dom, all right.
Good to see you. Oh, is this it? Is this the
Yeah,
storyboard?
this is Dom.
Let me see. Oh, my God. That is so cool. These are all the things that I'm into in my life. You got a little bit about acting. What's this? Oh, spiders. Nice, love spiders. Green turtle, sea crate. Nice, beautiful animal. Surfer dude. Love that. Oh, there's the coconut crab. Pretty apropos for Peloo. And then we got the sunset, which actually is matching a little bit.
Look at that.
That's perfect. Man, Ling, that is wicked. That is one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
All right.
Thank you so much for that.
Hey.
I'm gonna shake your hand. I'm gonna give you a hug.
Oh, wow.
Sweet. Boom.
I'm sure Ling's surprise will bring us luck. And I'll need all I can get. Tonight, I start searching for coconut crabs. I'm heading for Gemelis Island, where few people live or visit. And locals here say that that is one of the last places that you'll now find the coconut crab. I'm meeting Jake Oiterong, a conservationist who spent his youth in the area chasing coconut crabs. Jake.
Hey.
Hey. How's it going, man?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Tonight, he's going to help me trap one of these colossal creatures, using their favorite food as bait. Jake and I get busy husking coconuts. It's hard work for us, so imagine how strong a coconut crab has to be to open up one of these.
All right. All right, there you go.
Okay.
I reckon that is the last one.
All right.
We head deeper inland and plant 5 of our traps.
Light on. Coconut crab comes over, gets a free meal, but can't move the coconut away from there, and hopefully it'll just stay still. And maybe later on tonight or earlier in the morning, we can just come over and see it.
We monitor the traps all night for signs of coconut crabs. It's just before dawn, and I'm starting to feel discouraged.
So we've pretty much looked at every single trap. There might be one more just up here, but no coconut crab tonight.
Sunrise brings a harsh reality check. Coconut crabs will retreat into their burrows to avoid the heat. Time is running out.
So there's been no activity on this coconut?
No, it doesn't look like there's been any activity over here.
If a coconut crab had come there, you would see like most of the flesh had been eaten out, yeah?
Yes, they'll most likely eat up on the meat.
No crabs on the traps, but they could still be hiding close by.
I guess they're quite good at camouflaging themselves as well, huh? Hiding under stuff. Look, there's a crab right here. Look. Jake, look. Hiding we grab these guys?
Keep your hands away from the claws.
Oh, that guy's big.
There you go.
Claws.
All right.
Coming down, Frank, coming down. Whoa. Whoa, look at the colors on that thing. Let's take it out into the open. Wow. Look at that. You're okay, buddy. Nice little defensive posture there. You can see it kind of kick up its legs to try and get away from me. This is a coconut crab. I get the feeling that this isn't necessarily a fully grown coconut crab. This would probably be described as a juvenile, but a very healthy-looking juvenile. Stay away from those pincers, which even as a slightly younger crab, are very impressive. Look, Frank, look. Look on that log. Look at the size of that guy. That's way bigger. Look, in this little burrow here. Some massive claws. You see those? Oh, you stay there, Frank. I'm going to come around the back. Oh, there's a monster right here. Look at this, Frank. Let me see if I can coax this guy out. Wow, this guy's big. Let me move some of this wood. Yeah. Sorry, Frank. Okay. Yeah, grab my snake stick. That's good. Okay. I'm gonna bring him out with my snake stick. Back up, Frank. Back up, back up. Back up, back up, back up. Okay, let's put him down here. Sooner or later, this guy's gonna let go of my snake stick. It's the largest land arthropod in the world. Arthropods are a group of animals that include insects, spiders, and crustaceans. This guy kind of looks like a combination of all of those creatures. Yeah! Nice. Great grip on that crab. Look at the end of my snake stick. I've had this snake stick all year, and it's wrangled with animals from all over the world, and the only thing that's really given it a pounding has been this coconut crab. Nice work, buddy. Definitely has the ability to just crack off your finger or thumb. Extremely painful. Its giant pincers need to be strong to rip open the hard husk and shell of coconuts. Once they find a weakness in the coconut, they'll then pierce into it with this much sharper middle leg. And then once they get a hole, they'll try and get these very, very strong fore pincers into the coconut and then have a meal. And if they can't find a coconut on the ground, they'll crawl into the trees to search for food. Coconut crabs are expert climbers. They can live up to 100 years and continue growing their entire lives. Older crabs can weigh up to 9 pounds and reach lengths of 3 feet. You can see it's actually lost its middle leg there. But like a lot of arthropods, it has a fantastic ability to regenerate that limb. And as you can see, there's a little knob here just starting to grow. It's almost like a superpower. Fantastic. Let's go compare him to that little baby one now and see how big this guy is. Oh, nice one, Jake. You've still got that one. So let's have a little comparison of size here. This guy's almost twice the size of that little one, huh? Wow. Have you ever seen anything bigger than this?
Yes, I have seen one.
How much bigger?
About a couple of pounds bigger than that.
Also, maybe like this big?
Yeah, I would say.
Wow. Amazing. A beautiful but bizarre creature, the largest terrestrial arthropod on the planet, the coconut crab. And this one doesn't get to be in a cooking pot tonight. Cool. Thanks, Jake. So that was Peloo, a tiny island nation that's played host to some significant moments in human history and a place where I had some of the wildest underwater experiences to date. I got to swim alongside one of the world's most venomous snakes and had an up-close encounter with a classic Wild Things creature, the largest arthropod on the planet, the ginormous coconut crab. Palau. Paradise. I'm in a quite simply stunning temple on the island of Bali, part of one of the most densely populated countries in the world. More than 250 million people call Indonesia home. People in Bali are mainly Hindu, but Indonesia is home to over 300 different ethnic groups spread out across more than 17,000 islands. Indonesia is also the second most biodiverse place in the world after Brazil, with over 250,000 animal species, making this an extremely culturally and biologically rich country. I've come here to find an animal I've been obsessed about since I was a little boy, an animal known locally as the man of the forest. Check this out. This is the unmistakable orangutan. One of only 5 great apes in the world, of which we are one. Orangutans spend 90% of their time in trees, making them the largest arboreal animal on the planet. Powerful 7-foot arms help them swing through branches with ease. An extremely strong animal, it can be 6 times stronger than the average grown man. An animal that I'm gonna want to get as close to as possible, but I need to be careful. While they may look like gentle giants, they could inflict a world of pain if necessary. All right, Frank, let's get moving. I'll be looking for orangutan on the island of Sumatra, but I'm starting in Bali. I'm catching up with an old friend and former roommate who spends a lot of time here. Kalani Rob is a champion surfer and world-class troublemaker. Before I head to Sumatra, he's introducing me to Bali's legendary waves. And he's invited Balinese surf legend Tanjung Rizal to join us. Thanks, Kalani. Not intimidating at all.
So it's going to wash us slightly to the right?
Yeah. So when you're paddling, we're going to kind of go like this and then try to go like that.
Later.
Bali's small size and unique geography means you don't have to go far to find great surfing. And its warm water means you can surf here all year long.
That's a good. No, that set you got was sick, man. I'm psyched.
As payback, I have a little surprise for Kalani.
Wow.
I'm taking Kalani on an adventure into Bali's wild interior. He's shown me his Bali. Now I'm going to show him mine. And to do that, we're actually driving now to meet up with a guy called Eddie, the reptile expert on this island, in the hope it'll give us an experience with the type of things that I'm into.
Yeah. Hey,
you know, reptiles, creepy crawlies, things that make you go,
you will probably hear me scream.
That's the whole idea. All we have to do now is find Eddie.
The snake whisperer.
Eddie Darmawan works with the Bali Reptile Rescue. He's on a mission to relocate a snake that's been spooking local farmers, and we're tagging along.
Hi. It's gone.
Snake Jedi.
Yep.
What's up? Wow.
This is insane.
Eddie takes us to one of Bali's famous rice terraces. They were carved out the hillside by hand 2,000 years ago. Rice only grows in standing water, so farmers use them to channel streams from the top of the mountain to the bottom, one terrace at a time. An amazing feat of irrigation that's also the perfect home for wildlife. This is basically a huge aquatic zoo, and there's a pretty good chance we might find some reptiles here. Okay, man, we'll follow you.
Okay.
What Kalani doesn't know, Eddie's looking for a 12-foot king cobra, the largest venomous snake in the world. I could warn him, but where's the fun in that?
Ooh, hey, Dommy.
What?
Here's something that looks pretty dangerous.
Oh, spiders in trees.
Yeah, I see that one.
Let me see if I can get hold of this one. Woo, look at this. Kalani, come over. This gorgeous little spider, which you find in most hot countries around the world, is called Nephila. They're also known as the giant wood spider because they hang out in trees. A pretty ferocious hunter, it'll eat anything that lands in its web, and they've been able to catch things like snakes in their webs. It's actually been documented on video, catching, killing, and ingesting a snake. They'll also catch birds, and bats sometimes, generally catching insects. No, she's all good. She looks a bit scary because she's a bit big, right? While Nephila are venomous, their bite isn't life-threatening to humans. You can see that it's like reaching out those long legs to try and find something to perch onto to spin a bigger web. You want to hold on to this little lady? Come on, you're getting like super brave now. Nephila, beautiful.
Oh, okay.
You all good?
Get it off me!
Nailed it. There are 5 dangerous land snakes in Bali, a fact that keeps Eddie busy. Do you get phone calls quite often to collect snakes from the rice paddies?
Yeah.
And what type of snakes are you usually catching here?
In here?
Yeah.
Spitting cobra and red snake.
A lot of people will think that having reptiles in this rice paddy is a bad idea, but they actually control the vermin and make sure that the harvest is healthy.
Oh, snake!
Snake, that
Oh, yeah, snake.
Rat snake.
Oh, it's a rat snake.
Yeah, quick.
Watch out.
Oh, look at that boy. I think he was right here. Dude, that guy launched. How was that? Did you get that?
Yeah. I think I caught a bit of it.
Me screaming, I meant?
I got you screaming.
That wasn't a scream. That was more of like a manly, hey!
Hey!
Animals are here.
Hey! Snake.
All right, well, that's a good sign. Snakes are here, right?
Yeah.
Let's keep moving. Rat snakes are deadly only to mice and rats, but this could mean a more dangerous snake is nearby. Rat snakes are prey for king cobra.
Dom.
What?
You see that?
Whoa. Oh, snake. Oh, watch out, Kalani. Oh. Hey, yeah, come this way. Whoa, that's a big snake. Wow. The largest venomous snake on the planet. Oh, I've never seen a king cobra this big before. This is big, right, Eddie?
Yep.
Normal or big?
This bigger.
This king cobra is about 12 feet long, but they can grow to an incredible 19 feet. There's not that many snakes in the world that I would feel like I've bitten off a little bit more than I can chew. This is something that you just don't want to mess around with unless you've got someone like Eddie with you, who's an expert. Eddie has worked with these animals quite a bit, and he knows what's safe and what isn't. You've been bitten by a king cobra before?
Yeah.
When? Where?
Maybe 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
One time? Only one.
Was it painful? Yeah?
3 days in hospital.
3 days in hospital. Look at the size of the head on this snake. King cobras respond to movement, and they depend on eyesight more than most snakes.
This thing, like, freezes me with fear.
That's a good instinct to follow because obviously with them being so responsive to movement, the safest thing that you can do is stay still.
That was terrifying.
Even more terrifying, king cobras can lift the front third of their body in midair to look an adversary right in the eye. Specialized ribs spread out to form its iconic hood, making the cobra look even bigger. The king cobra, arguably, has one of the most noble postures of any animal in the world. Very erect snake, challenging you to come closer. And then there's that noise. A low hiss, like a growling dog, is the cobra's final warning to back off.
Okay, then.
Have you ever heard a snake make a noise like that?
Where does that sound come from?
Through his lungs. See that big inhalation of breath it's taking? Puffing out, blowing in.
To see his body flexing like that, that's scary.
And that's the point. But if all this posturing fails to impress, cobras turn to their most powerful weapon. Almost 2 teaspoons of lethal neurotoxin in a single bite.
No, it's okay.
Enough to kill 20 men.
What an amazing experience. A wild king cobra in the forest of Bali with one of my best friends. Scared me.
This thing's terrifying.
Now the hard part.
I will try to cut the head and I put in the bag.
Take its head?
Yeah,
Eddie has to move this 12-foot cobra to another location far away from humans.
Yeah. Very, very...
What the?
Amazing maneuver. You got him?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool, we'll follow you.
A tense afternoon, but I managed to get Kalani to scream at least 3 times. Not bad. Lucky for me, he doesn't hold a grudge. Kalani suggested the perfect way for us to unwind and relax, Bali style. He's taken me to one of the most famous sites on the island, the Uluwatu Temple.
What do we do? Oh, sarongs. I'm quite partial to a sarong.
Well, you know, I am a absolute master of cultural camouflage.
You do look like an undercover narc.
The temple is welcome to anyone, even us. But wearing a sarong is a mark of respect. The name Uluwatu literally translates to rock's edge. You can see how it's got its name. Every evening, the temple hosts hundreds of visitors who come to watch a Balinese dance performance as the sun sets over this spectacular view. Uluwatu is also famous for another reason.
Nice. Check it out.
Monkeys play an important role in Hindu religion, so these long-tailed macaques have taken over the temple.
In fact, people actually come and give them offerings of food.
Hey, you gonna finish eating that or what?
Macaques are the most widespread primate after humans. These long-tailed macaques can live in huge troops of between 40 and 60. So like humans, good communication is key to getting along.
Oh, I don't think he likes...
When a monkey does that, that's the first sign of aggression. You and I can do that to each other, open our eyes, but don't do that to a monkey. Like any cheeky monkeys, there's a lot of squabbles, there's a lot of scraps. You can see them over there grooming each other, which is very important for all primates.
It strengthens bonds and establishes who's boss.
All right, sweet. Let's get going.
Uluwatu's main attraction, the Kechak dance, has been performed for visitors since the 1930s. It's a depiction of a battle from the Ramayana, one of the great works of Hindu literature. As the sun sets, Uluwatu is the perfect place to say goodbye to Kalani and Bali. So sad. Tomorrow, I'm continuing on to Sumatra to search for orangutan, but I have one more stop to make. From Bali, I'm heading to the nearby Komodo National Park. And I've hitched an epic ride.
It's amazing what a difference this boat makes when the sails are up. Very dramatic, but there's one final touch that I'd like to just do myself. feel like a modern-day pirate.
It's official, mateys. I've seized this ship. This very cool ride is the Cheng Ho. Early European explorers set sail for Komodo in ships like this. They came to investigate stories that dragons ruled the islands. Giant beasts with scales, razor-sharp claws, and teeth that tear through flesh and bone. I'm about to find out if the truth is stranger than fiction. I'm sailing about 500 miles east of Bali to Komodo National Park. The park is actually made up of 3 main islands, all of them protected from development.
You want to see the Komodo dragon? This is the best place to come. This is Rinja Island.
I'm meeting conservationist Denny Perwendana, who's going to help me find some dragons and show me what it's like living alongside the world's largest lizard.
Hey, are you Denny?
Yeah.
Hey, how are you? Dominic.
Denny tells me Rinja Island has a population of about 1,000 people, but there are an estimated 1,300 Komodo dragons here. To avoid confrontations, villagers have built homes high off the ground to discourage lethal house guests.
Do you see dragons here in the village or
Yes.
mainly up in the forest?
Sometimes the dragons also approach the village.
For chickens? And...
For chicken, livestock, anything. Recently, 2 of old ladies just got bitten by the dragon. Right. Yeah.
Small children are especially vulnerable. In 2007, an 8-year-old boy was killed by a dragon.
So this is the school, Denny?
Yeah, this is the school.
This is a dragon-proof wall?
Yes, yes.
They can't climb this?
No.
Cool. All right, well, let's get moving. Bye-bye. And let's just talk about these big sticks that we've got here. What's the purpose of this?
This stick is to prevent Komodo dragons attack.
We don't hit the dragon. We just use it as a barrier.
Yes.
They're quite a confident animal, right? They will approach a human.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, well, I'll watch you and you watch me.
Sure.
And we'll watch you, Frank. Well, a little bit. OK, cool. Let's go see if we can find a dragon.
The island's dry, open savanna should make spotting a Komodo dragon a bit easier. It's also a perfect habitat for the Komodo dragon's favorite food.
Oh, there's some deer on the other side of the river here. Should we go in a little? Yes. Let's just go in a little further, Denny. Yeah. Yeah. Nice, nice.
The main prey of the dragons are Timor deer.
Timor deer live in groups, and they let out a very loud honking sound if a dragon approaches. It's a big deer.
Big deer.
Komodo dragons knock the deer down with powerful front legs and then tear into them with serrated teeth.
To think that a lizard can take down and swallow a creature like this just shows you the power and size of the Komodo dragon. Okay,
let's go.
With an intense afternoon sun now directly overhead, temperatures soar well into the 90s. It makes our search tough going, but the heat doesn't bother the dragons.
Perfect weather for the lizards. Come out, bask in the sun, get some energy. They're obviously cold-blooded, and then go and look around for their food.
Dom, look at this.
Oh, this is some poop.
Komodo droppings. Just eat deer.
So is this the claw or the, or the horn?
The claw.
This is the claw.
The claw, yeah.
Look at that. You can see how strong their stomach must be to be able to process something like that. But it's quite stinky.
Of course.
So it feels like maybe it's quite fresh.
Yes, it's very fresh.
Let's keep moving.
A very good sign, albeit a pungent one. Denny suggests we fan out and search the immediate area.
What we're now looking for are some clues as to where the dragons might be. Maybe claw prints, like footprints.
Look, Dom. The dragon.
Careful, Frank. These guys are fast.
Look here.
Nice. Komodo dragons are the world's largest lizard. They can grow as long as 10 feet and weigh 200 pounds. Looks like we've caught this one dining on a villager's goat.
So, what do you think happened with this goat, Denny?
This goat actually far away from the group of the goat near the village. The dragon are opportunistic animal.
You can see he's actually trying to swallow that goat whole now. He'll hold on to it with that very, very strong jaw and then shake it apart, hoping to rip it into pieces, very similar in the way that a crocodile might feed.
Also like a crocodile, dragons have specialized jaws that open wide enough for it to swallow huge chunks of flesh or bone. They'll chow down on as much as 80% of their body weight in a single sitting.
Once it gets this big, there's not that many creatures that will mess with it apart from bigger, more dominant Komodo dragons. And this is an animal, you can see it looking right at me right now. This is an animal that has some fantastic senses.
Its most important sense is smell, and it smells with its giant tongue, the largest forked tongue of any reptile.
Those forks allow this creature to work out whether it's prey or whether it's female or whether its point of interest is closer to the left or the right.
That's why the Komodo dragon swings its head from side to side when it walks. It's sampling the air in either direction. With its tongue, it can narrow in on dead or rotting flesh from as far away as 2.5 miles.
This is certainly an animal where you have to keep your distance. Just take a look at those claws that it's got on its front and back legs. Good reason for it to be called the dragon.
But the Komodo dragon's most effective and insidious weapon was a secret until recently.
These are venomous lizards.
In 2009, scientists concluded that Komodo dragons deliver a slow-acting venom in their bite.
The animal's lucky enough, or maybe unlucky enough, to get away from the Komodo dragon, it will succumb to its venom over the next couple of days or so. And with this fantastic sense of smell that the Komodo dragon has, it will simply follow it around. There's nowhere to go on this island that the Komodo dragon can't find you.
They stalk their wounded prey like the shadow of death until it can finally move in for the kill.
Once this lizard has finished its meal, it's probably not going to entertain me being as close to it as I am now. So it might not be the worst idea to just take a few steps back, because it's only a couple of seconds away from swallowing this last foot. The largest lizard in the world. The incredibly beautiful and regal Komodo dragon.
Back aboard the Cheng Ho, we batten down the hatches and I prepare for the final leg of my journey. But before we leave,
look at that.
More proof that these islands are like the land that time forgot.
These gorgeously shaped creatures behind me are fruit bats,
also known as the Sunder flying fox.
And they live on this mangrove island behind me here. Most bats, as we know, are nocturnal, and these guys tend to sleep in the day in these large communities, tens of thousands of them together.
You can guess what fruit bats eat. As the sun goes down, they'll fly hundreds of miles to eat as many fruits and berries as they can. Unlike other bats who use echolocation, these bats use their keen sense of sight and smell to find their food. And when they're done eating, they'll poop all over the islands.
One of the most important animals in this part of the world for pollinating different plants and trees. You see, this is a very, very healthy population of fruit bats. And at this time, this is probably pretty slow traffic. In the next few hours or so, streams of tens of thousands of bats will be flying out of this mangrove island. Beautiful. Fruit bats.
And like them, I also have a flight to catch. I'm heading for Sumatra, a vast island wilderness. Its rugged mountains, volcanoes, and thick jungle have slowed development here, making Sumatra one of only 2 places in the world to find wild orangutan. My starting point is a village called Bukit Lawang.
This will be the jumping off point for me to try and find the orangutan.
I'm meeting a guide here who's going to take me to a nearby orangutan sanctuary. Ooh, check this out, this is fun. Look at this. This rather dangerous-looking fruit here is durian. In certain parts of the world, they call it cheese fruit because it has a very interesting smell indeed. It smells a little bit like ripe blue cheese. Or Frank's shoes. And even though it smells bad, it doesn't taste bad at all. Want to try, Frank? It's a bit messy.
I don't know if I can get past the smell.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll leave that there. The most notorious fruit in the world. Durian. Let's go. It doesn't take me long to find my guide, an expert bushman the locals call Tarzan, and I quickly figure out why. I got told you have good scar.
This?
Yeah.
This is cobra. Bite me in here.
And it goes all the way up here.
Yeah, yeah.
It's very painful.
Yeah, very painful.
Is it still painful now?
No, okay,
it's
no,
okay.
it's okay. I can take it, cobra.
I have a feeling Tarzan is going to live up to his reputation, and so is Sumatra. The village quickly gives way to fast-moving mountain streams and primeval rainforest.
Dominic, I think it's an animal.
And he's off. This guy is a little crazy, but it's my favorite type of crazy. Let's see if he's got something. What do you have?
Bite me. Look.
Careful, be careful. I thought you were going to fall down that cliff there. Oh, you got a lizard.
Look.
Let's see.
Bite me.
Maybe
Little painful.
Very strong bite, right?
Yeah, look.
Oh, yeah, he's really...
Okay.
You're okay, you're okay. You can see those teeth there, Frank. Very strong bite. This little beauty is an angle-headed lizard. Fully grown, fantastic specimen. This guy might be a little male because of this little throat patch here that he's able to extend. He'll do that to look a little more attractive to females. And also he's got this crest here on the top of his head, making him look very handsome. He's quite the catch. Excellent jumper and a fast swimmer. Sweet. Good spotting, Tarzan. Should we put it back?
Yeah.
Watch it, buddy. No more biting. Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Tarzan has one more scar to add to his collection, and... Oh, there he goes again.
Have scorpion. It's okay, but very painful.
Just don't let it sting you. It's okay if it pinches you.
Oh.
Good? You're okay, little scorpion.
Careful.
This is a forest scorpion, very common in this part of the world. And as you can see, he's keen to find some cover because they tend to seek shelter in the daytime. Oh. And they're a very tough, hardy little creature, able to live 20, sometimes even 30 years, hello, in perfect conditions. These guys don't necessarily need to eat that much to stay alive. In places where the food is scarce, a scorpion can survive on eating 3, maybe 4 times a year, sometimes even less. Venomous, like all scorpions are, not highly venomous. You can see it's got relatively big claws, and it's going to use those claws more than its sting to hold on to its prey. Some people believe that the larger the claws, the more dangerous the scorpion. One of the good rules of thumb with a scorpion is the bigger the claws, the less significant the sting. But if you were to see a scorpion with tiny little pincers and a big muscular sting, that's something to stay away from. But the vast majority of scorpions on our planet don't have a sting that is medically significant. They have a sting which is annoying, certainly, and painful, but it wouldn't kill most people. Oh, all done. Good, we're good, we're good. We can leave it. Nice to meet you, forest scorpion. Tarzan? Where'd he go? He has an amazing ability to find animals, but I don't know where he is now. There he is.
Look, this little snake.
Where?
In the tree, make it round.
Oh, that little round thing?
Yeah.
See that, Frank?
Yeah, this green paradise fly.
Oh, okay.
You wait me, I can go to climbing in the tree.
You're going to climb that tree?
Yeah.
Okay. Amazing climbing skills, amazing strength. I would have done that, but he said he wanted to go first, so fair enough. Tarzan is after a paradise flying snake. It has an amazing ability to climb trees, but it also has another skill. It flies. Look at this. Nice. This is the flying or gliding snake. Absolutely beautiful. Now, it doesn't necessarily fly, doesn't have the ability to go up, but it does have the ability to come down with a certain amount of grace, and it does that in a few different ways. First, it thrusts its body away from the tree. Then it sucks in its abdomen, flattening its ribs, turning its entire body into a pseudo wing. It continues to slither in the air to control direction. It can just launch off a tree, and it can glide as far as 300 feet. You're okay, buddy. You come hang out in my hand. Yeah, you can do that. You're okay. All right, we're gonna become friends for a little bit. These are mildly venomous. Now, see that launch? What that means for me, mildly venomous, it's not going to be fatal to me. It is fatal to the creatures that it likes to eat, and that would be lizards. In addition to venom, they can also constrict their prey. Oh, you just wanted to come sit on my hand, huh? Fantastic coloring, making it look like a branch or a twig. And that's it, in a little defensive position there, feeling a little nervous, trying to work out if I'm friend or foe. I'm friend. I love snakes. You're okay. The paradise flying snake, an incredible creature I never would have experienced without Tarzan's climbing skills. I almost hate to say goodbye. But Tarzan has led me straight into Gunung Luza National Park and introduced me to Penut Hadisiswoyo, founding director of the Orangutan Information Center.
This is what I call home.
It's beautiful, man. He's taken me deep into the park to a place he spotted orangutan a few days ago. Penut tells me 100 years ago, there were over 230,000 orangutans left in the world, but now they're critically endangered.
The biggest threat for orangutans in Sumatra is actually habitat loss. 80% of the habitat has gone.
And 80%?
Yeah.
This is an animal that lives in trees.
Exactly.
It can't exist on the ground.
And other than that, you know, poaching also a big problem because many poachers always target the baby. But in order to get the baby, the poachers has to kill the mother.
Now, the Sumatran orangutan population is only 7,500. Where he was just stood there looking at us. He was saying, this is my territory, I'm the boss. Very powerful. They're known to be more than 6 times as powerful as a human being. So if you were to upset him and he were to attack you, you would have absolutely no chance. Usually known for not being in any way aggressive towards humans. Orangutan and humans share 96% of the same DNA, but where humans adapted to live out in the open, orangutan evolved for life in the trees. You can see when they're walking on the ground, they're quite cumbersome. As the big male disappears up into the trees, Penut invites me to see just how critical the situation is for our distant cousins. The next day, we head out on an urgent rescue mission. The forests in Sumatra are being cut down to make room for palm oil plantations. Just following the guys in the truck up ahead. Panut's team has located a mother orangutan with a baby. They're trapped by the encroaching plantations. As the native forest is cut down, their access to food is cut off. Their only chance of survival is relocation. Very exciting times ahead. Oh, it looks like we're pulling over. It's a high-stakes mission. The frightened mother will have to be tranquilized in the tree. When the drugs take effect, we'll need to safely catch the mother and the baby in a net below. But there's one more risk.
So we're going to put on some little surgical masks.
Orangutan and humans share so much, including diseases. So these surgical masks will help protect them.
We'll follow you guys.
Yeah, okay. Porternya mana? Porter. You see that though?
About 30 minutes from the truck, we spot an orangutan nest.
Orangutan make nests, at least 2 nests every single day. And orangutan actually, live on the trees. So they also sleep on the trees. You can imagine like your size, your weight, to sleep on that kind of branch on the top of the trees. It's not very easy to make. But for orangutan, it just takes about 3 minutes to make a nest.
Well, that's a good sign.
It's a good sign that actually they are around here.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Let's keep moving.
I think they've definitely... Oh, look, orangutan.
So you're just moving through the trees.
It's the mother with a baby clinging onto her.
Yeah, so now our vet is preparing the dart.
With them obviously being a wild animal, they're a little spooked being this close to humans.
The vet has to be careful to hit the mother and not the baby. A direct hit.
Okay, the orangutan has been shot.
It will take a minute for the drug to take effect, and the baby needs to continue clinging to its mum. If the baby and the mother are not caught safely in the net, they could die when they hit the ground.
Watch the baby.
Orangutan's getting lower. It's getting a little confused. Here we go.
We caught them. Mum's still awake, but definitely dazed. The baby orangutan isn't being hurt. It just doesn't understand its mother is tranquilized.
Yes, so you can imagine to see the mum in this condition is very stressful for the little baby, so they're just trying to make it feel a little bit more secure.
It's very emotional.
At first glance, they look healthy.
Okay, let's go from here.
But we're carrying them back to the trucks for a thorough checkup. Now comes the hard part.
The baby is very stressful.
They have to separate the baby from its mother. It's heartbreaking, but it's only temporary.
Less than 2 years old.
Just like any baby, being separated from its mother, especially when its mother is under a little bit of stress, is also stressful for the child.
You can imagine that.
So what are the tests that they will do on the orangutan?
It's like a general health check.
They check if there's any broken bones, but also things like teeth, any diseases, any like,
and even like
general things that might be a problem with the
and the heartbeat. Rico is counting the teeth to actually estimate the age. And Rico, now, how old do you think the orangutan is?
She's about 25 years old. The baby is still milking on her.
Still breastfeeding?
Breastfeeding, you can see.
She seems like a good weight for her age?
No.
A little thin.
But unfortunately, she was slightly malnutrition.
Malnutrition.
Because of
obviously
living in this area.
Yeah, exactly.
The vet is implanting a tiny microchip they can use to identify her and potentially track her movements in the future.
It's very emotional to be close to an orangutan like this when it's under a certain amount of stress. So we're working as fast as we can to limit that stress.
Yeah. Slow.
The baby may be upset, but fortunately, it's healthy and unharmed.
I give you to your mother.
They're both safe for travel to a protected forest where they'll be released.
See how quickly the baby calms down. It goes from whining and crying like an ordinary human baby might. As soon as it's with its mother, it's just calm immediately.
Baby orangutans stay with their moms for 8 years. That's the longest childhood dependence in the animal world, apart from humans. They need that time to teach their babies everything they need to know, from finding food to how to eat it. Mothers even teach their babies how to use primitive tools like sticks to get at hard-to-reach foods. Many scientists believe orangutan are the most intelligent animal in the world after humans. We've now reached this family's new home, a protected forest far away from the palm plantations. Here, they'll rarely see humans, their diet is varied, and they'll live a much longer life.
Okay, so we're probably a minute away or less from releasing the orangutan, so fingers crossed it all goes well. Bismillah. See it far off in the distance there, and with a little bit of luck, a couple of hours of stress for this animal might turn into a lifetime of safety and happiness. And that is what I call a good day at work. Hey, Peloo, that was great, man.
It's great.
So that was incredible Indonesia, an adventure that just got better and better. I got a chance to surf with one of my closest friends and introduced him to the king cobra. I also sailed to the island of Komodo and watched the largest lizard in the world have lunch, and had an unforgettable personal encounter with one of the most charismatic creatures in the world, the Sumatran orangutan. Indo, epic.